Hey everybody, we're back again, and I've got a little video of how to cut and solder copper pipe. And what this is it is a copper pipe that came off of a little wobbly there, a copper pipe that came off of a hot water tank that went bad, and but we want to reuse the pre-existing TMP valve drain pipe, but it will not fit on the new hot water tanks. They're a little bit bigger in diameter, and so what we want to do is we want to make this just a little bit longer, and all we really need is about, I don't know, I think it's about an inch here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this pipe, and I don't really care for these little tiny uh, pipe cutters. I like the bigger ones. You get a little bit more leverage on them. They cut way faster than these. Of course, this tool's rather old, and I think the wheel's gone a little dull on me. I've used it quite a bit. So, basically what you're going to do is you're going to cut this pipe. That's no good. I'm going to cut this pipe. We might just end up hacksawing it off. Kind of put 2 grooves in there. I don't really care for the hacksaw because it really starts hanging up on you once you get about halfway through it. It starts jerking around and everything, and I just wanted to do this little video to give people, and I know what it's doing, it's spinning on me, give people like myself that like to save some money and do things yourself, but most people don't want to do it because they let it intimidate them, and really all it takes is just a little bit of research and a little bit of know-how and a Saturday afternoon, and you can almost take care of everything inside your house. Some things do require expensive tools, or kits or stuff like that. Like a tap and die kit, it's not necessarily something that you have laying around at the house. Highly recommend it, because when you do have something like a bolt break or whatever, tap and die kit comes in quite handy. But it's not necessarily something you run into all the time. A multimeter is a great tool that I think every household should have. But then again, you might not use it all that often, and it might not be worth the investment to you. I promise you, a multimeter is worth the investment. I'm a gun owner, and I like to buy guns. And how often do you actually go and shoot? Not a whole lot, unless you got a lot of money. And so what does it end up being? It ends up being a paperweight. I currently have 3 paperweights. So anyway, more videos will come on that. So anyways, you cut the pipe, and then you have this nifty little tool that removes the burrs. You have to remove the burrs on both ends. This little tool right here. Probably $1 at the store. And then you can either use sandpaper, or you can use these. I prefer sandpaper, but these work just as fine. They've got little wires inside, and you can clean the inside and outside. But what you want to do is you usually have sandpaper laying around, but what you want to do is you want to cut yourself a piece off. I'm using the Capture app on iOS to make this video, and I don't know if it has a timer on it or not. It might just decide to shut off mid-process here. But you want to sand that down real good. You don't want any of that. You want shiny copper. both ends. And then we will have to use that other thing. We'll have to use the tool to get the inside. That's okay. It has a 1/2 inch and a 3/4, so it takes care of any kind of copper pipe you're going to come across, or at least in this line of work, residential, housing, that kind of stuff.
I need to get that some white paint and that beige I had for that, and them boards over there.
Beige is over there, and the white is right underneath it, I believe. Those two.
White's on the bottom. Talk to you, bro. What? You ain't want shit. You do leave me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you got to come pick them hot water tanks?
Huh?
You just leave them hot water tanks out there and somebody come pick them up?
Mm-hmm.
No shit?
Yep.
You not to give me that no fucking truck.
Hey, if you want it, take it.
Yeah. Move it to the truck. I don't know, Donnie ain't gonna put it in this truck. I already know that for a fact. All right.
All right. Well, that's what you get when you do a video at work. You always have chance of somebody popping in. Usually I work by myself in the line of work that I'm doing. Does not want to get on there. Anyway, but we've got so many different projects going on that we have contractors out and about, and doing pool work and all kinds of work around here. So basically, what we want is another inch. I just clean that off and I put some soldering paste on there, or flux paste. And so we're going to eyeball about a 1/2 inch there and a 1/2 inch here, and that'll give us what we need. Now for the fun part. I'll try not to get in the way here. And you don't want to heat on the side, and you don't want to heat the flux itself. You just want to get on there, heat that metal, and then what will happen is the flux will melt and get sucked in there. Just like that. And that should be good. Don't be the guy that looks underneath to check to make sure, and some of that stuff drips in your face. I wouldn't recommend that. That would hurt pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at it. Come on, focus now. You can do it. It wants to look at something else. Anyway, I'd say that's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Not too bad. A little sloppy there on the left side, but other than that, it's pretty good. And that's how it's done. Have a good day.